Capital One Quicksilver credit card is like that one girl from high school that got away. Yeah, maybe she wasn't as exciting as the others, but she was loyal, trustworthy, and had the right amount of perks and benefits to aid you on your journey for the future. Don't let the Quicksilver card be the one that got away. Marry her. I mean it. Welcome back to the channel. This is Anthony, and yes, based on the intro, you can tell that I have a bit of a soft spot for this credit card, as it was actually one of the first credit cards that I ever applied and was approved for. And it has been a part of my wallet ever since. But I'll go into exactly why I keep this card around despite not being the most extravagant card out there today in just a second. But before I jump into why exactly I keep this card around, you also have to make sure to keep me around by marrying the like and subscribe button. And to marry the like and subscribe button means to just gently click it. Okay, so starting off, you guys know that we always have to tackle the big three: the annual fee, the sign-up bonus, and the credit score required. But before we go right into it, let me give you guys a quick reminder that this is not to be confused with the 3 other Quicksilver cards, as they all basically look identical except they all have different credit score requirements. Starting off first, which is actually a secured card, pretty much is for people that have very low credit or just starting out on their credit journey. Secured cards require a deposit just for security in the event that you don't pay off your credit card debt, i.e. you deposit $200, they give you a $200 credit line. And you can see for the other 3 Quicksilver cards, they are all credit cards and they all require different credit scores. But the one that we're going to be talking about today, the one all the way on the left, says that it requires an excellent credit score, which typically means that you need a 720 or higher to be approved, but I'll show you why that's not necessarily the case in just a second. Keep watching. So firstly, the one we're talking about today, the Capital One Quicksilver card, comes with a $0 annual fee, which of course is great to have, especially if this is going to be one of your first credit cards in your arsenal. It will pretty much make it a no-brainer to keep it for life because, well, there's no annual fee. So some people ask me, should I ever close a credit card? And to that I say no. Okay, well, there are a few reasons why to actually close a credit card. Maybe the annual fee is very high, and there aren't necessarily enough perks and benefits to actually justify that annual fee anymore. And many more different factors, but I'll go into that in a whole separate video, which will probably come out pretty soon, so make sure you're subscribed and you hit that post notification bell so you can see every time that a new video drops. And canceling a credit card really hurts the top 5 factors that go into your credit score, namely one being credit history. As when you cancel a credit card, all of those years of on-time payments are now essentially down the toilet as you just erased your entire credit profile on that card itself. So for this reason, I always say if it's a no annual fee credit card, it's probably in your best interest to just keep the card open for life. And who doesn't like that little extra available credit anyway? And secondly, in our big 3 list is of course sign-up bonuses. With this card, you're going to be getting $200 back after you spend $500 in the first 3 months of opening the card. Which, if nothing else, $500 is really not a lot of money to hit, especially in a 3-month period. And just getting that sign-up bonus of $200 alone is almost like getting 40% return on your money. For this reason, a lot of credit card churners will eventually be a holder of this card at some point or another. And along with that sign-up bonus, you're also going to get an intro offer of 0% APR on all purchases and balance transfers, which pretty much just means that there's going to be no interest accumulated on your balance for the next 15 months. Which is a great bonus, especially if you're going to be purchasing something big, like something $1,000 or more in the future, as you'll have 15 months to just pay it off little by little without accumulating any interest. And thirdly of the big 3 is the credit score requirements. Like I said, the official Capital One website states that you need excellent credit, which is pretty much 700 or 720 and higher, to be approved, but I really think they're just trying to be conservative with that number. As when I personally applied for this credit score, I had a credit score of around 650 to around maybe 680. So I guess apply at your own risk, as that was about 3 or 4 years ago now at this point, as this credit card is still what I would consider an upper beginner category. Now let's talk about all of the perks and benefits that come along with this card and why it's a long-term keeper, along with the new perk that was added just as recently as about a week ago. So the first perk you're going to be getting is the very loyal and stable Cashback. So with this credit card, you're going to be getting an unlimited 1.5% cash back on all purchases. And yes, I mean unlimited. Meaning whether you spend $1,000 or $100,000 this year, you're going to be getting 1.5%. Which is one of the reasons I really like this card. Some other credit cards will only give you cash back to a certain spending limit, and pretty much getting nothing back beyond that spending limit. As well as some other credit cards that I know that you can only redeem or utilize your cash back only after you accumulate a certain amount. Like maybe for an example, you can only redeem your cash back once it hits $50. But this card says no, as you're able to earn endlessly and redeem cash back as little as 1 cent. I love you, Quicksilver. Oh, and if you were wondering, with 1.5% cash back, you would actually have to spend about $7 to get that 1 cent in rewards. But trust me, it really does add up faster than you think. Now, the second benefit, which is actually the most recent perk that was just added, like I said, about a week ago, is you're going to be getting 5% cash back on all hotel and rental car purchases through the Capital One travel portal. Simply log into your Capital One travel portal, find a hotel or a rental car, pay with your Quicksilver card, and you'll be reimbursed the 5% once everything clears. And this perk was kind of added out of left field, as this card was never actually branded as a travel credit card, but I suppose it was just a means of sweetening the deal and to compete with the slightly higher premium tiered credit cards that also have their own travel category perks. So all around an interesting decision, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to take advantage of this new perk. Just like I think a lot of people are going to take advantage of me by hitting that like and subscribe. And thirdly, the last benefit I would like to point out is more of a personal benefit. I always keep this card around sort of like my bodyguard. If I'm ever in a sketchy place and I feel that my credit card data could be stolen at any time, I'll end up using this card because my credit limit is relatively low on this card, around 1,000 or 1,500. So it wouldn't be the end of the world or a huge hassle in the event that this credit card data actually got stolen. But you're also very easily able to lock this card on the Capital One app, which is always nice to have. So while yes, this credit card is not as sexy as some of the other higher tiered premium credit cards I talk about on this channel, this credit card is really just a no nonsense, no hassle cashback queen. Or king. No worrying about bonus spending limits or evolving categories or even when you can redeem cashback rewards. Just simply 1.5% cashback on all purchases, plain and simple. Oh, and before I forget, did I mention that the Capital One Quicksilver credit card was made from a strong and fine wife material? Okay, you can stop looking at us now. So stupid.